The Prince of Puffco. That's good.
Hey, where's that review?
Oh, well,
Oh,
yeah,
I forgot
know.
it. I forgot it.
I don't forget. I've been working on
I'm
it.
still testing.
Hold on. Are we live? We might be live. Oh. Oh, it just went live right now. Okay, good. Hey, where's that review of that electric hookah that you were set? Oh, man, I haven't had time to get to it.
That's exactly what it's like.
All right, are you ready for this tweet? I should have sent this tweet out before we freaking...
Waiting.
Because this is just bad
Twitter
television.
load.
All right, here we go. Let me send the tweet, and then we'll get off this almost live screen. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Hey, yo. How's everyone doing? Oh, we got some people here. Zach Hicks is here. Of course, Zach Hicks is here. He's ready to pounce. He's our moderator for the day. If anyone has a bad attitude, he's going to grab him like a balancer and smack him around just like that and then toss him out in the street. He's going to grab him by the back of their belt buckle and just throw them into the street. Like Jazz on Fresh Prince. That's what I want to see, Zach. Toss him out like Jazz was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Hopefully you saw that show. And let me send a little. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Let me send a little note to the Delicious Cult Club members, and let them know that we're live. There we go. Boom. How's everyone doing? Shout out to Zach. Oh, he's here. He's got his boots on the ground. Oh, they're going to get a boot. Okay, hopefully you wear your steel toe. Shout out to you. Why do you guys do this to me? MDF3530 is your username. Hello. Dan DeWitt. What's up, Lewis? The rest of us are here too, Dan. Jerk. Why does only Lewis get this shout out?
He's the funnest.
He is a fun guy. He's a
That's
fun
what
guy.
people call me, Mr. Fun.
Mr. Fun. I'll tell you one thing, though. I was mentioning this earlier. That shirt is a whole lot of fun. Look at that shirt.
Just trying to burn in the camera.
I think I saw that on the wall at a hotel. In the bathroom. It was like...
Hey, man, it's hot here in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah? What is
It's
it?
just like summer. I'm sweating.
Is it like 65 today?
It is 72.
72 in San Francisco?
And
Summer's
sunny
here.
and not windy.
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
crazy.
That's wild. I don't even think it's
Hey,
that hot in Arizona today.
I went outside the house yesterday, and I was sweating like crazy. I think it was 79 yesterday.
You went outside?
I know. It's crazy.
For the first time in, what, 7 months? 8 months? Were you like this?
Yeah, I
As
did
the
feel
sun
like
shone in
that.
your face?
Yeah, like one of those vampires reemerging into the sun and trying not to have all my flesh just melt away.
You're like darting from shadow to shadow outside, like
Putting on a giant black poncho.
you should go out in like a giant like count cape. You're like one of the ones like the really high neck, and just wrap yourself up like this anytime you're in the sunlight. That'd be hilarious, and not far from the truth actually.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Lane Gandy is here, also with a hello, Lewis. Now you guys are just trying to irritate me. Chase McLean. Oh, he has a very jovial hello. Oh, man, guys, we have so much to talk about today. I think I've unraveled. Look, I'll just be honest. Normally, I don't make wild predictions on this show, but I think I've unraveled the mysteries of WWDC 2021. The mystery has been unraveled, and it's clear to all what's going to be announced. And if it's not to you, then we'll feed you the pieces. Chase McLean says we want to see the Puffco Plus. Well, I'm sure it's not far away, right, Lander?
It's at home.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you just go all... Oh, there we go. Sorry, you're a
do you
blur
want to
for
see a
a
picture
second.
of it, though?
Yeah, you have a picture of it. Why do you have a picture of it? Is
Well,
it you?
I took some pictures.
Oh, you
Keeps
took some
taking
pictures.
selfies.
He's been taking selfies with it. He's just like...
Here we go.
Well, how are we supposed to see these pictures?
Well, I don't know. I'll send them to you.
Oh my God!
Do you want me to just
By a
describe
carrier
them to you?
pigeon.
Oh man. Sure, try to send them to me. I don't know what I can do with them. I have to
Can't you show it?
well, maybe
using your console thing.
yeah, but I have to set up the shot, which reminds me I forgot to set up all the shots. Let me see if I can let me see if I can go to this. Oh no, the shots have been set up. What am I talking about? Look at that, browser mode. Browser mode engaged, but we don't have the pictures yet. We're going to get started here officially here in just a minute. Shout out to Konath. And what does that say? Fedon says, "Hey, Big Papa Earth, you are the anti-Buffett. I joined Team Efron and lost my ass in Apple stock." Ask Leander to call Tim Cook and cook the books for us. Dude, I might have to do that. You're not the only one that's down, my friend. I'm down like 15K. I don't even look right now because the whole stock market is going sideways. All of my children's college education funds are already down the tubes. And now I'm just using the extra money left over to buy those scratch tickets at 7-Eleven because I think those probably have more potential than Apple stock. I don't know what's going on with Apple stock, but it's not just Apple. Have you seen what Tesla's doing lately? It crashed big time. It fell almost in half. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the stock market that will make you want to cry. That's why you got to go big into Doge. Just dump it all into Doge. And I mean all of it. You got 200,000, 300,000, right into Doge. No possible way that will crash and burn in the next 2 months. Well, it is highly possible. So
sounds really legit.
It's a crypto coin based off a dog meme. Have you heard anything about it, Lewis?
Oh yeah.
It
not sold my house and invested the money.
Well,
No,
I think you
have
should.
not.
I think you should. That's what all the smart investors are doing. They are mortgaging their homes and putting it into a dog meme coin called Doge. And if you want to get rich with me, that's what I recommend that you do too. That's what's next. Since my Apple stock has fallen in half of its value, that's the next move. Because like I told you guys before, I like to buy high and sell low. That's my strategy. So once I've reduced my entire investment down to like $200 to $300, I'll be satisfied. Oh, and GameStop, yeah, dude, I put some money in GameStop too. And it's funny. Out of all my investments, I think the one that's doing the least worst is AMC.
Yeah, GameStop, your meme stocks.
AMC is the one that is actually doing decent. I'm not down on it, although it is down 1% today. So, all right. Well, we got a bunch of people here. I think that we should go ahead and get the show rolling. Everyone's here. Everyone has said hi to Lewis, and no one to me or Leander. So
Hi everyone.
screw you guys.
Oh, there's the. Hey, wow, that Puffco is magical looking.
Yeah. Hey, where did you put the pictures, Leander? Should I?
In,
Slack.
Can I just bring
Let's
this up?
put one in.
Slack.
Okay, let's see. Slack. Here we go. Can I put it in? Everyone wants to see it. Oh my gosh. We got to show this. What is this, in your workshop or something? Where are you?
It's in the garage, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's because I gotta hide it from the kids. My drug taking. So
Oh my
Yeah, 'cause
god!
you don't want them
this
to
is
take it.
pathetic. He's out in the garage.
I do it in the garage. Well,
He's
can see
sitting on the dumbbell bench that never gets used, right? He's just sitting there taking hits of the Puffco Plus. There it is. Look at that thing. It looks like something that you'd find in Spock's quarters. Look at that. He's taking big old
That's right.
Vulcan rips of that thing. Look at it. Look at it. It's glowing, effervescent. It is a cool looking device for sure.
it's awesome. Yeah, it's my favorite.
Jeez.
The Puffco
Does it
Plus.
help with all your little home improvement projects? I see you got scissors and things there.
How are those home
That's what-
improvement projects going? Notice how they're all pushed off to the sides. And there's space for the Puffco Plus right in the middle of his desk. All the actual stuff that you need to do work, it's all off to the side.
Well, you can see my pipe collection there. Some of it, anyway, on the right hand side.
You have a pipe collection, huh? Oh my
Various
gosh!
attachments.
Yeah, what's in all those tins over there too? You see all those tins?
Well,
what's in all that stuff?
That was
Gee whiz.
some of my crushed up
Oh no!
buds.
AMC down.
Hey, what's this? Hey, what's this glass one? Did you borrow that from Hunter Biden?
Which one?
Oh,
Yeah. It's actually
Sorry, that's low blow.
It's an attachment. It's for
okay.
for a different kind of pipe.
Got it. Yeah, what's in all these these very peculiar looking metal film canisters we have going on over there? What's in those? I
Well,
wonder.
Yeah, some crushed up marijuana.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna just be straightforward with it. I'll
Oh,
let the
so you
DEA know they'll be there shortly, but we'll get a live shot of Leander being carted away and attacked by the K9 unit. That'll be great television. He's just like, you hear the door bust open, Leander looks over, and all of a sudden a dog's like on his arm. Ah! I'd feel bad for you, but that would be outstanding television. Okay.
Leander K9.
All right. Should I lock this so you guys don't have to see the mess? By the way, did you notice those shelves up there, Lewis? Look at all those.
Yeah, I can actually.
I
I
built-
can see most of your floor.
Oh man, yeah. So this is my camera equipment, which is why it's obscured. But like all my stuff is now up there, and for the first time in 2 months, I can actually walk across the floor. I can see my floor. I spent like all day yesterday cleaning up the Cult Command Center, moving things around, building shelving. So I'm all set for my Amazon escapades.
Time to bust out the Twister game again, huh?
Oh yeah, I got plenty of space for it. I play solo Twister back there just by myself. It's a lot of fun. My lunch breaks. I should live stream it. You know, I should turn on the camera. You guys just watch me play Twister by myself. Okay, well, we've lost half our audience, so I think that it means it's
can
time
blame
to move on. Let me figure out where Mrs. D is. Mrs. D. We're ready to begin. Oh! Are you ready, Mrs. D? You know that I am. This is my favorite day. It's Cultcast Day. Well, we love having you here, and we feel like getting you on the show is an honor. Thank you. And that looks like a delicious face mask you have on there. Oh, yes, it's homemade. Oh, it's a secret to healthy skin, huh? Oh, yes. Oh, we're losing more audience, Mrs. D. We should probably get this show on the road. Let me get this thing booted up. We will launch the official Cultcast music and get this show started. Here we go. Hello and welcome to Cultcast, the best 30-plus minute album conversation you're going to hear all week long. I'm your host, Eric and Elijah. Join me today. What do you get when you combine the charm and wit of the Get a Mac ads Mac guy with the surliness and physical physique of the PC guy? He's the founder of Cult Mac. Leander Gainey is here.
I think you got it the other wrong way around there.
Also with us, he loves meatless sausages, proper spelling of the word there, and reminding the Cult Mac writers that direct eye contact will not be tolerated. He's the managing editor of Cult Mac. Lewis Wallace is here.
Eye contact is way overrated.
Verboten. Not in your house. Especially when they're behind the bars making eyes at you and they're like, please clean my cage. It's full of our it's full of our number twos.
Geez.
It's so stinky in here. But you know what? It works. Look at Cult Mac. Look at the content that's coming out of that website. Clearly it's working. All right, guys, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let me just adjust this for you guys. There we go. So you don't have to look at all the garbage I'm trying to sell to people on Amazon behind me. Let's talk about what we got in the docket today. Oh boy, so much stuff. Apple just announced WWDC, and we'll talk about that, when it is, when you can watch the keynote. And also, I was just saying before we officially went live, I have unraveled the mysteries of WWDC. I know exactly what's going to happen. So we'll talk about that, and then you'll know what to expect. We have an all-new mixed reality headset on the way, which I think might make a little debut very, very soon. We'll talk about that. I don't know how many people care about the mixed reality headset, but I think it's going to be a lot cooler than people think it's going to be. The moment that I changed my mind on that was when we did our episode with Alex E. Heath on Cultcast Off Topic. We had Alex E. Heath on, the hairless Alex E. Heath, who did a big scoop on what the mixed reality headset was going to be like. And after talking with him about it, I was like, whoa, this is a way bigger vision than what I was thinking. It's not just something that you use sitting on your couch. I think it's going to be a pretty cool device, even though it's going to be ridiculously expensive. We have an all-new Apple TV on the way. Leander's going to fill us in on some details on that. We have some more information on AirTags, so we'll fill you in on that. And then we're going to do a little story that at first I was like, dude, no one's going to like this story. But I think it's actually pretty interesting. Lewis was shocked when I told him I found an interesting story on Cult Mac that I wanted to cover. He was so surprised.
Right, what? Which one is that?
He started to adjust this because he thought there was something wrong with his connection. But we've got this story 45 ways Apple put a ding in the universe. And this is all the ways that Apple has changed the world of technology. And there is a ton of stuff in there. So we thought that we would just hop in and do some of our favorites. Because when you look through this list, it's clear that Apple really has changed the world of technology in some really profound ways. And when you put them all on a list like this, I don't think any less than 45 would have made this list impactful, Lewis. I'm really happy you put in 45. I think that's the magic number. You start to get a much better picture on how the current state of technology has been impacted by Apple. And also, today is the day, this is Apple's 45th anniversary today, isn't it, Lewis?
Wow, I didn't think of that.
That's right. So that's amazing that you just wrote this article, 45 ways.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. Yeah. And this is not an April Fool's joke. It's actually Apple's 45th anniversary today. So a happy birthday, Apple, I guess. Before we dive in, let me give a quick thanks to Squarespace for supporting this episode. I always talk about Squarespace, and they have all these different websites all built into one product. So if you want to build a blog, you can do that. If you want to have an e-commerce store, you can do that. You can start a membership site. You can sell products and services of all kinds, and all of this is included in your Squarespace subscription. You can also have an impactful one-page website that will highlight you and your social media or things that you've accomplished, or if you're an artist, you can highlight your photography or your artist there. But they also have a ton of integrations with other services, which is one of the things I love about Squarespace the most, is there's all these services out there that you might need to run your business, and Squarespace most likely will interact with those sites in lots of meaningful ways and will help you run your business and help you save time, which is one of the things that I love about my Squarespace websites. I have 2. So if you don't have a website yet, check it out. Head on over to squarespace.com/cultcast, sign up for the free trial, and build a website. See how you like it. If at the end of your trial you like what you have, you want to keep it, you can use code CULTCAST at checkout. You'll save 10% off your first purchase at squarespace.com/cultcast, and the offer code to use at checkout is cultcast. And I always do a year of service when I'm purchasing, because then you get an additional discount and a free domain name, and you get the discount using Cultcast on top of the discount for buying a year of service. So it ends up being a great deal. Squarespace.com/cultcast. Squarespace.com/cultcast. Okay, Lewis, I'm sending it back to you because we got some interesting details on WWDC. I thought we could talk about our predictions as well. And, well, I'll give all the details from my analytical mind. I've unwrapped all the details, and I'm here to share them with you all.
Well, that I cannot wait to hear.
I bet.
Yeah, so Apple will kick off this year's Worldwide Developers Conference on June 7th. Announcements went out this week, and for second year running, it's going to be all virtual event. The festivities will run all that week, offering what Apple calls, quote, unique insight into the future of iOS, iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, and tvOS.
Oh, my gosh.
Completely unpredictable, right? Yeah, so that's what it's going to be. Same thing as last year. The good thing about this is developers don't have to sign up for a lottery for a chance to pay thousands of dollars to come and attend this thing, right? Every developer can attend virtually. And by all accounts, this thing went pretty well last year. It seemed like a lot of people thought it was better, just more inclusive. And yeah, you don't get to go and hang out at the beer bash. You don't get to go, meet face-to-face with Apple engineers and stuff. But I think it gave more access to more developers doing it virtually. So anyway, that's what's happening. Swift Challenge, you want me to talk about that?
Yeah, at least mention it. I know that there's people that have kids out there, so I thought that it would be interesting to at least mention it because this is kind of a cool thing that they can participate in.
Yeah, well, I guess I should say first, I'm sure there'll be that annual, 2-hour keynote event that kicks it off probably that Monday morning, right? And then what they do is they have all these little sessions where you get to learn how to use the latest features that they are adding to these things and the latest upgrades to all the platforms. So that's what's awesome about it, and it definitely gives you a look into where Apple's headed in the next year. So And then the Swift Student Challenge, that is a thing that they have every year, which is lets young developers show off their coding skills in Swift, Apple's programming language. And winners get WWDC21 outerwear and you won't believe this, pin set.
Dude, those pin sets, and I think
bet they're worth
I think they get a jacket too. You could sell those for a fortune on eBay, by the way.
That's what outerwear is.
Yeah, the Apple jacket.
What was the pin set? Was it like some icons and stuff? Like
I can't remember what it was. I think there might have been like an emoji, and they get it's Apple stuff. They're cool looking little enamel pens. And if you want to get in on that, you got to submit your whatever your app, I guess, that you build by April 18th. Does it have to be a full app? I don't even actually know exactly. I guess it must be an app, right? I've never actually seen what
project,
they
isn't it?
force you to submit. Is it
some kind of project?
I feel oddly enough, as many times as I've read about this, thought about it, I've never what actually do you have to submit? Maybe I should submit something.
Yeah, definitely. You should. I'm 15.
My age.
Yeah.
I
pulled up an image of the jacket and the icons. These actually look really cool. So the jacket is covered with emoji, and it looks like something that an Apple Store employee would wear. And those pins are actually pretty cool pins. There's an Apple one. It looks like something that's what was her name? Karen Leander. I'm looking at you, Karen.
Karen who?
The woman that designed all of the icons for the Mac.
Susan Kerr?
Susan
Kerr. Oh, Susan Kerr.
Is it Kerr or
Yeah.
K-A-R-E? I don't know how to pronounce it for sure.
The Apple one looks like something that she would have designed, and there's a bunch of other fun pins in here. There's one of a juice box, no idea. One of a California flag. Okay, I'm not sure what that one is, but there's some cool pins in here. You could definitely get at least $50 or $60 for this on eBay, and then buy that video game that you wanted.
Jeez.
Thanks, Tim. As you're pulling your phone up to list it on eBay right there at the conference. Yeah, so one of the things I thought was interesting about this, well, several things. First of all, we heard from John Prosser that we would get an event in April. Doesn't it kind of seem like that's not going to happen now? An event in April when they've already announced that they're going to have a keynote in June for WWDC. It seems like it would be weird for them to do another event in the middle of that. Doesn't it?
Why?
I don't know, because we've already announced the event for June, and now we're going to announce an intermediate event between now and June. So they just put the focus on June. Why would they bring the focus and move it to sometime this month? I just think that seems weird. So
they can have two focuses.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
So they can start selling products now rather than in June.
I just think it's a
I mean,
weird.
last year was completely hardware free, wasn't it? At WWDC, the big keynote.
Yeah, although I don't
remember.
Sorry, go ahead.
I can't remember if last year was hardware free. I think it might have been. I know that they have been. Software's the focus. So there's no particular reason why you have to expect they're going to show off hardware at WWDC.
Although I think they're going to, and I think we have.
Yeah, I know you do.
I think we got evidence right here. So let me just bring this up. I think we got the future of WWDC 2021 right here. Here we go. Ready for it? I'm going into browser mode. Don't worry, for those of you listening, I'm going to be very descriptive. Surprise! Apple might unveil mixed reality headset in 2021. So from the story, the Cult of Mac story, Apple supposedly will announce its first virtual reality augmented reality headset, mixed reality, aka, in the next several months.
That sounds like a Cult of Mac story, garbled.
Oh my God!
Word salad.
I was just trying to read it in a Cult of Mac authentic way, so I'm just adding extra words, spelling things wrong in my pronunciation. According to a very reliable source, I believe this is Mark Gurman, it could be as quickly as WWDC 2021. Let's see here. Yes, Apple is aiming to announce a mixed reality headset at an in-person event sometime in the next several months, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. Let me hit up. Oh, we are in browser mode. Okay, there we go. According to Gurman in a recent newsletter, quote, sometime in the next several months, the company is poised to announce a mixed reality headset, its first major new device since 2015. If possible, Apple won't want to make such a critical announcement at an online event. It wants employees, the media, its partners, and developers in the room. That would seem to imply that the device will be unveiled at the next WWDC, which Apple just announced, which will be on June 7th, as we
Hold on,
mentioned.
this doesn't make
That's-
any
that's-
sense at
that's
all.
Okay,
not-
hold
that
on,
Can't
hold
be
on.
the way the story is.
That the quote is well, I read the quote, and then this is us
you-
talking about the quote.
An adaptation.
I'm going to bring this all together. So I think it seems as though, because of what Gurman was saying, is they want to announce it in the next 3 months, but they don't want to announce it at a virtual event. However, I don't think they're going to have much of a choice. Are we going to have, if they want to announce it in the next 3 months, as Gurman says, are we going to have a in-person event in the next 3 months? Do you guys see that happening in the next 3 months?
Well, he didn't say 3. He said several.
Well, several is 3, isn't it? It's
oddly
not
enough, we were
6.
discussing this. Several is, more than, I think more than 3 is several.
I have always understood several to mean 3.
I read this long thing. It was like, how much is a few? How much is
A
most?
few is
how much
3.
is many? Several. And it boils down to what is the what are you talking about, percentage of what, right? Like, so several, I think several months. You're talking about, if you're talking months, you're talking less than a year, right? So several is, I'd say, at least 4 to 5. out of
Well,
12.
not according to Google.
6 or
according to
7 would
Google,
be most.
Several means more than 2, but not many. So author, so
Right.
maybe
Not many.
maybe 3 or 4, but definitely not more than 4. These are the critical hot takes that people come to get and people come to expect from this
This is
program.
really
Arguing
insightful,
over
yeah.
the definition of several.
Yeah, well, I think several means 3 to 4. And they want to announce it. I don't think it's going to be available in the next 3 to 4 months, clearly. But they want to at least announce it so that developers can start building apps for it, right? And what would be a more perfect place to do that than WWDC, unless they really do have an April event. They announce it in person, and they talk about the OS at WWDC. But either way, I feel like the mixed reality headset has to be announced before or at WWDC because they need developers to start building apps for it. And what better opportunity than WWDC to have developers learn about how to build apps
Right.
for the headset, right? It has to happen in the next three months, a.k.a. several.
That kind of makes sense, but I can't see them doing an in-person event until everyone's vaccinated, and that's not going to happen before the summer.
See,
Unless
that's
they
my
do.
point. That's not going to happen. So it has to be WWDC. They have to announce it at WWDC. I can't even say it. Why? It's like a freaking tongue twister. WWW. They have to announce it before WWW or at WWW because if they don't,
Yeah,
they're not
gonna
going to
lose the
have an
developers.
opportunity to do it in person, I don't think, in the next 3 months. Sorry, Lewis, go ahead.
Well, people keep saying, I mean, like, I get what he's saying. They want everybody to be there in the room, right? But what is the difference really between doing it in a keynote and doing it there, right? At like a live keynote or a virtual keynote. I mean, they could do a virtual keynote that would give them so much control over their messaging on, why this is going to be awesome and why this is important and why you're going to really want one and why it's going to change the world. And then, I mean, for that matter, then they could have a round table of journalists. They do that from time to time. Like remember when they were getting serious about the Mac and they got like 10 journalists together. They could get 10 journalists to go into a bubble for 2 weeks and quarantine, and then it'd be just like the NBA, right? I mean, they could do it.
Oh,
I guarantee
absolutely,
you people
absolutely.
would sign up for it.
Oh, absolutely.
So-
It's guaranteed clicks.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe they'll. I mean, they could do whatever they want. I don't know that it's so important that people, a whole bunch of people put the thing on and get dizzy all in one room at the same time.
Well, you kind of have to because it's hard. It's something hard. The experience is difficult to show in videos or photographs, isn't it? It's something that you have to experience.
I don't know.
I think they're gonna have a hard time telling people what it's gonna be like wearing a pair of AR or VR glasses, mixed reality glasses. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, but
no matter how much video they make, it's not gonna give them the real flavor of the experience. I mean, this is something you've got to put on and experience for yourself.
they could make a science fiction movie style demo. That
But that's what it would look like, though, wouldn't it? I mean, it would just be people like, it's just
Yeah,
a
but-
fucking. Oops.
Oh,
excuse me,
geez, dude, come
No.
on. Where's the abort button?
but
Check
if,
the
you know,
leader.
if they
Yeah.
if they do that and then they get 10 journalists from the highest ranked publications from around the world and let those people put them on and write about it? I don't know. I mean, it seems possible to me that they don't. I could see why they would want to let a whole bunch of people do it, but I think you're right. They're not going to they're not going to have a giant event. I mean, obviously this is virtual, but I think it's a good point though what you're saying about they got to get developers in on it, right? So I don't know. It's a little bit. They'll figure out a way to do it.
And that's how they. I mean, this is a major new platform. If it's going to have apps, they did this with the Apple Watch. They did this with what was the other major one as well? Oh, the iPhone, I guess. Like they have a 6 month. They're not going to cannibalize any current products, so they can afford to and that pre-announce it before 6 months before it goes on sale, and then that way they have a whole bunch of apps as well from the developers. But yeah, they've definitely got to show it to developers before they launch it, don't they?
Yeah,
if it's going to be running third-party apps.
And they want that live energy, right? Like they want, if they could show it on stage and have everyone going, oh, right? They want that live energy to really sell the product because they're introducing a whole new product category, which I think a lot of people find confusing. In fact, I was just reading in the chat here, John Forster. What is the market for the headset? Who would use it? Does it replace your monitor? People are really confused about what this is, why they would want it, and what they would do with it. And you compound that with the fact that Alex E. Heath did a story for the information, and he's certain that it's going to cost around $3,000. And I was like, dude, how confident are you of the price? And he's like, Irfan, it's going to be $3,000. It's going to be $3,000 because that's a really high price, dude. And I think a lot of people are going to scoff at that price, at which point Alex E. Heath and Buster both scoffed at me for thinking that people wouldn't spend it. I think people will spend it. I just don't think it's going to be some huge mass market product at that price because $3,000 is a lot of money. So you're really going to have to convince people that there is some value there.
Who did he say the market is?
Well, guys like us. I mean,
Okay,
we'll all be wearing one.
Show of hands, who's paying $3,000 for one?
People are freaking out about a $550 pair of headphones. I mean, they're not going to,
Right.
I think three grand is crazy.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a lot of money, but there are going to be people who buy it just so they can get the clicks on YouTube. And also, according to what Alex E. Heath was explaining, this is not some kind of stupid entertainment device that you wear to watch movies. Apple is considering this maybe a replacement for your iPhone, something that you wear because it's mixed reality, right? And you'll be able to dial in, according to the story, how much reality and how much virtual reality that you see. So you can kind of go back and forth, and there might even be like a transparency mode where you can activate the reality mode or something, and you can go back and forth, and it will overlay things over reality so that you can see a virtual desktop, for instance, and maybe you're working with a computer, and you can just see screens floating all around you. So there's a huge vision for this product. It's not just, oh, I want to watch a movie, and I hope it's in 4K. No, it's going to be productivity, entertainment. Maybe you're going to be walking around in this thing. I don't know. Think that device from WALL-E where you basically just wear it all the time and it shows you everything that's happening in your life. That's the grand scale that has been.
Well, this is why all these other companies are getting into it too. Facebook has got a big, development effort. In fact, they have hundreds of people, don't they, working on their VR and AR hardware because they see it as the next evolution of the computer interfaces. So, human computer interaction, I think, this is the next paradigm. And they've got Snap and, what's the name of that company in Florida that seems to be kind of vaporware-y? Anyway, there's a whole bunch of them out there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Vuzix is supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, so it's going to be much grander in scale than I think we originally thought of. And Apple is going to be building this first model with a high price tag, and then eventually the lower price model, which is going to be like the regular glasses version. That's the way we've heard it go so far. So that's probably what's going to happen. And to have a new product like this, to introduce a new product like this, they're going to need to really drive home. It's exciting. Here's what you can do with it. And I think a live event is obviously what they want to do, but is that possible? Probably not, which is why I think we're going to see this at WWDC, and then they'll unveil the OS for it, iOS. EYEOS.
EYE.
If they use that, well, I'm going to sue.
You get a nickel every time they
No, I'm just going to sue. I need to trademark it. You guys heard me. First use right here. I just used it right now. I have first use.
Are you the first person to use that?
I brought it up on previous shows, actually. I've been talking about iOS for at least 6 months. So if it turns out to be iOS, then I'm going to have my team of lawyers contact Tim Cook. And I want a settlement, at least a free iPhone or something, or a free version of the mixed reality headset, because I don't think I'll be spending $3,000 on it. Okay, well, a mixed reality headset is probably not all we're going to see. There's also potential for a new Apple TV. I don't think that we're extremely likely to see it, but we know that they're working on one, and Leander is going to tell us all about it. Leander, take it away.
So I was too busy Googling iOS.
To see if they patented it or trademarked it?
Well, there's a company that has it already, and they have a premium reading glasses called iOS.
Oh, really? Well, I should have my team of lawyers contact them immediately.
Reading glasses?
And some other stuff too. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Apple's working on a new TV remote apparently. So they're working on a new remote for this next generation Apple TV. We don't have any specific details about the rejig mode, but it looks like they're moving away from the controversial Siri remote, which debuted with the fourth generation Apple TV. So people often single out the Apple Siri remote as one of the more controversial designs in Apple history. It sits alongside the hockey puck mouse and the iMac G3 from the iMac G3 and the dodgy upside down charging of the Magic Mouse 2 in Apple's Hall of Infamy. So Monday's report says that the revised remote currently under development bears the code name B519. By comparison, the current Siri remote is codenamed B439 inside Apple.
Ooh.
So we've got a code name, and then it made whether this turns out to be the Siri remote, it remains to be seen. But they also said something about the center button, which it doesn't currently have, right? So this was the big clue that it's going to be redesigned. There's talk of a center button, which the current remote does not have.
I took umbrage at the example here where it said that the remote was just like the hockey puck mouse. It's not that bad. In fact, you know what? I kind of like the Apple TV remote. There are some things I don't like about it, but I think by and large, it's a great remote. It's tiny. It doesn't have too many buttons on it. The trackpad is one of the best trackpads that I've used. The Siri on the remote is actually probably the best Siri that I have available to me.
Oh,
I feel like
God.
it almost always understands me. Now I use it like spacing on his name, Captain Kirk, right? So I'm like holding it up to my face and I'm like, computer, give me an example of this YouTube content, and then it brings it right up. Is that not your experience, Lewis? Oh, that's right. You were complaining about this last week, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, you can literally say, "Show me this TV show or movie," and it just can't do it. It just cannot do it. And I so many times I've say that, and it starts playing something from Apple Music that has a title that's, I don't know, similar to what I said. I'm like, what in the world did I say that caused you to start playing this music? I find it astonishing.
It's
astonishingly bad.
It's not nearly as bad as the interactions that you have with Siri when you have multiple Apple devices in the same room. And
Siri ping pong.
And Siri's not sure which device you're talking to, especially with the Apple Watch. I feel like often I should just turn Siri on the Apple Watch off. I don't feel like it works very well, and it constantly gets turned on even though I didn't try to turn it on, and then I'll look down and it's transcribing trying to transcribe everything that I've said. Or I'll be in a room and I'll say, "Hey, you know who?" and instead of my HomePods activating, my Apple Watch activates. But if I'm in a large room, I don't want to talk to my Apple Watch. I want to talk to my HomePods. It just never knows. Apple never knows what version of Siri you're trying to speak to. It's like a really annoying Apple enthusiast problem to have. You know what I mean?
Well,
Only Apple enthusiasts understand.
Too many series.
Too many series.
Yeah, I've had that problem every now and again, but I actually don't have that too much. I find it's actually pretty good at figuring out which device you're talking to, especially with the HomePods. Because you'll see it whirring on the watch and on the phone, and then they'll shut down, and then the HomePods will take over.
Yeah, well, I had that happen just this week. I'm trying to set a timer, making some pasta or something. Try to set up on my watch where I'm gonna, which I would like it to ping me and tell me to go back and turn off the thing, right? And I did what you're supposed to do. I raised my wrist and I started to, and I guess maybe the key is you don't have to say, "Hey," when it's on your watch, right? That's part of it, is like remembering exactly how you're supposed to trigger it. And with the watch, you don't have to say, "Hey, S.
All right.
Because it's already listening when you do that. You make that move. You tilt your
Prime it.
wrist up and put it towards your face. But it did exactly that. It started doing that. But then the HomePod, I think because I said, hey, S, and looked at the watch at the same time, by saying it out loud, I gave the power to the HomePod. And the HomePod, which was 30 feet away, heard it and said, okay, setting a timer. I'm like, oh, that's great. Well, won't hear that when I'm outside in my backyard. But so it's kind of user error. I mean, maybe we should probably do a post, how to get less too many series.
That yeah.
How to solve the too many series problem.
And the
Because there are
caption underneath the
smart
picture should say, "Why so serious?"
You're Syrian wrong.
Let me give you the plight of left-handed people everywhere with an Apple Watch, okay? talk about niche problems to have. So, here's my problem with Siri on the Apple Watch. So, I'm left-handed, right? So I wear my watch on my right hand, right? So can you see it? I'm not. Every time we try to show an Apple Watch on a wrist, Lewis, you know what I'm talking about. It's impossible. You can't do it. Try to show someone the face of your Apple Watch when it's on your wrist. You can't do it. I promise.
It's the devil's yoga.
Can you see it? So when I bend
Yeah,
my wrist
yeah.
that way.
It hasn't gone off yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
So I have to wear my crown on the hand side of my wrist, right? So every time I bend my wrist up, it presses in the digital. Oh, see, it just did it. See, it literally just did it. Look, it's transcribing what I'm saying now.
Siri.
So I press the crown inadvertently with my hand, and then activate Siri, and then Siri just starts transcribing what I'm saying, or accidentally activates Siri. That's probably why my Siri activates, because I've asked you guys this before. I'm like, does your Siri activate randomly throughout the day? My watch does it probably 10 times a day. And it doesn't happen to you guys because you guys aren't left-handed.
But can I just tell you, my crown's toward my hand too.
And that doesn't happen to you?
No. I think it's the raise to wake thing is what's getting you.
Huh.
I mean, I'm not sure, but
I just figured that my meaty hand was pressing on it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, and pressing the crown, for me doesn't. Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, it will activate Siri.
Press and hold.
Pressing the crown pulls up my app list.
Well, you got to press and
me too,
hold,
but it's got to press and hold.
and it activates Siri. So whenever my
oh, now you've done it.
Yeah, now they're all
whenever you
freaking
bend,
out, yeah.
whenever you bent your hand, yeah. Anyway, you got.
Well, you can turn you can turn your watch upside down and change the orientation in the settings.
Yeah, I should try that. I don't like having the crown on the inside of my wrist. Or on the top side of my wrist. I feel like that's weird.
Where is it again? Show me.
Well, having it on this side, I should try it. Right there. So
Yeah. Turn it around and change the orientation of the watch.
I'm trying to show it to you guys,
happier.
but I can't. And this is fascinating radio. Some guy listening is trying to listen to us talk about the position of our Apple Watch. Anyway.
If I only had to watch in a different place on my arm, it'd be different.
Plight of left-handed people. We have all sorts of plights in society. Everything's designed for right-handed people. And
left-handed scissors.
Yeah, like left-handed scissors, guitars. Although I play guitar right-handed, but I'm a little bit ambidextrous with my left-handedness. But there's some people who are like super left, like uber left. They have to use left for everything. And maybe my brain was reprogrammed when I was in school because we just didn't have any left-handed gear. It was like, if you want to play this guitar, you got to use this one. This is the one that we have. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is the one that I'll play. No one wants to hear us talk about this stuff. Let's move on. Let's see here. Okay, let's talk about AirTags real fast because it looks like we have a price for the AirTags. And I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. From Mac Rumors, leaker reveals size of Apple AirTags and says they'll cost around $39. Apple's rumored AirTags item trackers will be slightly larger than a 50-cent coin. Dude, 50 cents? That's big.
That's what I found more surprising than the price.
I thought they were going to be quarter max,
Dime. Let's go for dime.
I mean, dime is ideal, but I didn't think that we'd get that.
How big is a 50-cent coin?
It's enormous.
Pretty big.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
It's basically like a lens cap. I'm holding up a lens cap for those of you watching. It's basically like this. See how big this thing is? It's basically there's your Apple
Size of a
tag.
coaster?
It's the size of a drink coaster. But they probably had to make it that big in order to get the battery large enough for it to have a significant battery life, is my guess. So anyway, as the story goes, larger than a 50-cent coin and around 3 times the thickness based on dimensions offered by leaker Max Weinbach. Let's see. According to Weinbach, the AirTags will come in. Oh, we don't need to know the measurements. A previous rumor from Love to Dream suggested Apple would take AirTags or make AirTags available in 2 size options, but it's not really clear why 2 sizes would be required, which is a great point. Based on images found in an internal build of iOS 13, AirTags are small, circular white tags with an Apple logo on the front. They will likely be attached to items via adhesive or in an attachment point like a ring or some kind of holder or something. I went through like a patent on my YouTube channel that showed all different ways that Apple AirTags could be held. But here's the interesting bit. According to Weinbach's sources, AirTags are estimated to be priced around $39 each. Samsung's smart tags are $29.99. We don't know when they'll be launched. $39.99, Lander. I feel like
too rich.
I feel like that's just at the border of the realm of reasonable cost. Anything more than $40, I feel like people would scoff at. I think I might scoff at.
I think 20 is reasonable. 40 is like pricey.
40 is pricey, but is it unreasonable? You'd probably still spend it.
I don't know. I'm not going to be spending it happily. I mean, you want to get, and plus these things, you want to get them in a pack of 3 or something, don't you? I mean, you want to get more than one. So, I mean, if they come with a volume discount, but if you're getting 3, I mean, that's, $120 or more. That's a lot of money.
Well, here's what they'll do: 1 for 40 or 3 for 100, right? So you save $20 if you get 3 of them or something. They'll have packs which will have more than one tag, right? So like the single is just an anchor. It's like when you go to a fast food restaurant and the burger costs $6, but the meal only costs $9. It's like, oh well, shoot, right? It's just a price anchor to get you to spend more money. So I think that's probably what's going to happen. But $39, yeah, that's a lot of money for just one tag. Although, like I said, I think people will probably spend it. I think it's within the realm of reasonability. Did I just make that word up?
I haven't been paying attention to Tile. I every time that this comes up, I start thinking about Tile. I mean, they have multiple sizes, multiple things. They have something called just a sticker, that has a 3-year battery. I mean, their prices are, combo pack $49.99 for one mate and one slim. I don't know. It's crazy. To me, if Apple only comes out with one the size of not a silver dollar, 50-cent piece, and it costs $40, I think I'm probably going to buy one just to see how it works, and just because I work for Cult of Mac. That's a lot of money, and I don't know, like car keys, I guess. I mean, the utility is if they're on everything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
At $40 a pop, not going to be on everything.
Yeah, maybe only the really important things. Hey, let me address a couple of comments from the chat here. So, as we were talking, I was like, "Well, wait a second. I know I've tried before to rotate my Apple Watch around and have the crown on the inside. I'm like, why did I not do that? Because I know I tried it and I didn't like it, and it just occurred to me because here we have Konath saying, Irfan, you can literally rotate the watch 180 degrees, just change the orientation and the settings. Yes, I know that. Here's the reason why I didn't do it is because, and maybe this is a little bit of my OCD, okay? When you flip the watch around, the crown is on the top right instead of the bottom right. I want the crown to be on the bottom, not on the top. So that's why I decided to wear it in the orientation where I have the crown on the bottom left facing my hand, because I don't want it on the top right facing my arm. I really don't like the way it looks with the crown on the top right. And also when it's on the top right, you can see like when you try to use the crown is, or the watch is obscuring your ability to touch it with your finger. Where if it's on the bottom right, you can roll it up and down really easily because the watch isn't in your way. But if you move it to the top right, now all of a sudden I have to like reach in there like a gall darn Geico caveman and try to fiddle with it. It doesn't make any sense at all. So that's why I don't flip my watch around that way, and so I have the crown on the bottom left, because I don't love having it on the bottom left facing my hand, but I figure that's better than having it on the top right like a total psychopath, because then you can't actually touch
The top right is the natural position for it. This is where I've got it there on my left wrist. It's on the top right.
Let me see.
That's where it should be.
Look at Leander trying to show us his watch. See, you can't do it. It's impossible. It's like trying to touch your elbows to your back. You can't do it.
Clearly.
All I can see is your body disappearing and your arm moving around like this, like you're drowning, reaching out for help. Okay, you have
top
it.
right.
You got top right. Oh my gosh. Well, I think you just crystallized my point. It's only for psychopaths. Oh, sorry. I had the camera on me the whole time. Okay. Also, yeah, sorry about that. I just thought this was a nice comment. Ethan Tarner says, I just want to thank you guys for all the joy you've brought to my life. Oh, look at that. I've been listening from the beginning since I was a freshman in high school when the podcast first came out. So this dude probably has like a family. He's probably like a high-powered executive now at some company. So thank you, Ethan, for that very kind comment. We're going to try and work in the comments more often because you guys are just sitting in here talking and we don't ever address it, which is rude. It's very rude. So
hard to look at anything else.
I know. That's the thing is it really is kind of hard to read the chat and have a conversation at the same time.
Hard enough time just speaking in the first place.
Yeah, there is that. Okay.
Reading and speaking, things start popping inside my brain.
I know, just being able to get the sentences out and have them be coherent is actually a challenge on some days.
When are these things going to release? I mean, we've been hearing about these things since forever, more than a year, isn't it?
Well, according to Prosser, it will be next week. I mean the week after. Wait, no, next month. I'm just joking, John. I'm just joking. We don't know. I mean, Apple keeps pushing these things back. And with the Rona, everything is unpredictable. It seems like they will have unusual kinds of problems which cause production releases to get pushed back. So who knows? But it could be WWDC. Well, that was another thing I was going to mention. I'm glad you brought that up. So if they're going to release AirTags, don't you think they would have to announce them before or at WWDC? Because, again, developers need to be able to integrate them into, to build software for them, integrate them into their upcoming products. So you'd think they would need to announce them the next 3 weeks.
Like what? What do you think it's going to be integrated into?
Well, like there was new hardware products that came out. Was it from Unca? Lewis, didn't you get them where they had?
Oh no, I can't remember what brand it was, but yeah, there's maybe it was Belkin. I don't know. That wasn't Belkin, but you're talking about the earbuds that work with Find My, right?
Yeah. So like there's actual technology that builds that, or actual gadgets that build the Find My technology into the product, which uses the same technology as AirTags. So you'd think that they would need to give developers a way to add this capability into their hardware. You know what I mean?
Well, they're probably working with those people, right? I mean, those probably already exist. If they're actually launching this at WWDC, they're going to bring those people out on stage. Oh, look, see, these great new headphones that we're announcing today work with Find My.
Right.
Interesting.
So,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think that's going to be so much about software as it is going to be hardware compatibility with the Find My app.
Just a quick aside here. Dalva Veronica is saying just one model for Apple AirTags because Samsung Smart Tags has 2 models with 2 different prices.
Yeah, look at the tile grid I just showed you. They got 4 models.
Oh, they do.
Big
oh,
one,
yeah.
A small one, one that looks like it's really thin and looks like it fits in a wallet perfectly, like a business card size kind of. And then those little stickers. I mean, Apple's been sitting on this for quite a while, and it seems every time I look at Tile's website, there's like, oh, they've got this new feature, they got this new model, they got this. Wow. I mean, are they going to come out with this thing and have it be like Tile 5 years ago? Is that how they're going to wow us?
Hey, you know who had a lot of models when Apple came out with their first product? BlackBerry. So I don't care how many models Tile has out. When Apple comes out with AirTags, just based upon the fact that it's going to tie into Apple's vast network of products, it's going to be so far superior to what Tile has. Tile is going to look like it's like going back to TP once you have a bidet. It's going to be a night and day difference. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, I can't believe I used to use a wad of paper or the seashells to clean my hindquarters. It's going to be an entirely different existence once you have Apple's AirTag seashells. Yeah, don't you remember Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes? No.
Must have blocked it out.
That's a great movie, actually. I know those of you who have seen it love the seashells reference. Yeah, so once the AirTags are out, you'll be able to find your device, and your device will be able to interact anonymously with any Apple device that's close to it. So it will be virtually impossible to lose. It's not just some Bluetooth location-based, it's in my house somewhere, and I know I'm within 50 feet of it. I think it's going to be hyper advanced. It will actually walk you over to where the item is, and you'll be able to find it in a very precise way. Or it will be, 2 miles away. And I don't think Tiles can do this because they don't have the vast network of technology to interact with. But the AirTag will actually tell you exactly where your item is, as long as there's someone with an Apple device nearby that it can communicate with.
Yeah, Tile can do that too. If you have the Tile app, they they crowdsource it, so you can find an object using someone else's, someone else detects it.
Yeah, but the problem is with Tile is how big is their network of users? I guarantee you it's minuscule compared to Apple's network of users, right? I mean,
yeah,
you could probably go under the ocean, at sea and find someone who has an iPhone or some kind of Apple device within range.
Buried at sea?
Huh?
Buried at sea?
Buried at sea, yeah. It's going to be one of Buster's devices down there that will communicate with the satellite. So you can virtually find an Apple device everywhere. You can go to any city, virtually any city, I would imagine, in the world and be close to someone with an Apple device. So it will make your device that's AirTags enabled virtually impossible to lose, I think, unlike all the other competing products out there. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap up with this 45 ways Apple put a ding in the universe story. Now, I'll put a link to this in the show notes. And if you're an Apple fan like we are, you should definitely check it out, because when you see all of the ways that Apple has impacted technology as a whole, all the vast ways that our lives would be different if Apple hadn't been created by Steve Jobs, the Woz, and poor Ronald Wayne. Poor Ronald Wayne. Oh, man. 45 years ago, you'll be surprised to see all of these different examples. And I told the fellows, I was like, let's just pick one or two of these that we thought was significant and talk about which ones we thought were some of the most entertaining, most important ones. Lander or Lewis, do you guys want to go first and tell us which one of these 45 you thought was the most impactful? Lewis, I've got the camera on you, so why don't you start?
Oh, jeez. Let's see. I don't want to use one of my entries. By the way, this is a team effort over at Cultimac. Everybody contributed except for, some people. Most people contributed. I'll just go with the very first one. It's the easiest thing to start with, and I think I like this as a way to start off the piece. The Mac startup chime mesmerizes us all. It's gone through a few iterations over the years, but the Mac's signature startup sound remains memorable. Most famous of all is a mesmerizing chime created by former Apple engineer Jim Reeks. Is that how you pronounce his name? Reeks? Because users often hear startup sounds during resets following a computer crash, Reeks came up with a calming, almost meditative sound. Who could be angry hearing that? That's written by Luke Dormel.
Did you know, and this story mentions this, so you probably do know, that the startup China has changed a lot over the years. It's gone through at least, I think, maybe 7 or 8 iterations. In fact, the newest iteration, so you'll probably know that they removed the chime for a while, right, from the Macs when they started. And then I don't know why they decided to activate it again, but it's changed. They changed the pitch of it. It's much lower now than it used to be. Yeah, that's close.
Not bad.
They should have hired. They should have hired you.
I'm sure I'm second on their list.
Right after like some famous composer, Hans Zimmer, and then Lewis Walls. Yeah. I'll tell you, there's a whole bunch of great ones on here. MagSafe charger stops the other kinds of computer crashes. Retina displays. Oh man, multi-touch interface. Mac icons. And then there's iPhone. I love this. iPhone sets the high bar for smartphones. Yeah, it completely radically altered the world of phones forever. I mean, it put BlackBerry practically out of business. Now the only people buying their stock are the guys on Reddit forums trying to trying to boost the stock to make some profit. The way that they introduce new technology with their keynotes, that was another big one. VisiCalc. Who could forget VisiCalc, Lewis? We don't talk about VisiCalc often enough here on this show.
Oh, man.
Leander, which one of these was one of your favorites?
Well, I mean, what struck me was that, this list is hardly exhaustive, but there are so many innovations. I mean, there's so much that Apple has introduced or popularized, everything from Wi-Fi, iTunes, laser printing, WYSIWYG, the whole desktop revolution, the design of MacBooks, the marketing, everything. It's kind of crazy. It's a great list. I mean, of all the stuff that they've done over the last 45 years, and like I said, it's not even exhaustive. I mean, they've been truly transformative in the PC and the post-PC, industry.
Yeah, number 22, GUI conquers the computing world. And for those of you not old enough, yeah, you didn't used to have a GUI. You had to type Windows /R/launch. I remember those days. I caught the last dying breath of those days. But then Apple launched with a Mac with a GUI, which didn't exist before. I think Apple Pay is going to be an absolutely massive one in the next 10 years, especially how fortuitous was it for TC that all of a sudden we all moved to contactless payments because of the Rona, and that, I'm sure, benefited Apple hugely because now everyone wants to pay with their phone, and suddenly, everywhere you go, they accept contactless payments. And then, of course, there was USB. You may not know that Apple was one of the first, and maybe the first, to dump all the legacy ports, like parallel and serial ports for their computers, and adopt USB only. They have iTunes, which single-handedly saved the music industry and also radically altered it forever. Let's see here. One of my favorite ones was, I think, number 35. Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, yeah, this one was great. And this is one of the smaller ones that you may not think was impactful, but radically altered the nature of computing forever. And this is number 34. Apple deletes the meep from computing. Rob Janoff, designer of the iconic Apple logo, once told me that Steve Jobs' main instruction was to avoid crafting a logo that looked too meep. This was a reference to the way that in science fiction movies and books, robots and computers said meep, which I kind of like now, especially
you like saying that too, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I feel like what was his name, Beaker from the Muppets? Meep, meep, meep. It was a shorthand way to describe the kind of geeky, technical aesthetic Jobs wanted to move away from. Today, Apple doesn't dwell on technobabble in its advertising, instead showing how its products will affect everyday people. That is a massive and radical shift away from the way computers and technology used to be, and has radically transformed the way technology is used today. If you watch a movie from like the 80s or 90s, like go watch Aliens or something, right? Or a older movie from the 80s, then you'll see the way computers used to act and used to behave. It's been a massive shift. Sorry, there's someone knocking on my door. I think it's my daughter. Can you guys hear that?
Is it the authorities?
It might be the DEA. They got the wrong address. They heard they traced the IP address for the stream. Instead of coming to your house, the K9's about to bust through. He's about to come through the window. The K9 busts through the window and is like his SWAT gear and comes and takes out my arm. Okay, I'll tell you what. Well, because someone's knocking on my door, and we lost the steam for the rest of this story, I'll just leave a link in the. I'll leave a link in the show notes if you want to check it out. And let's go ahead and wrap it up there before the K9 comes in to grab me. That's all the Cultcast we have for you guys this week. The knocking is cracking me up. They're just getting more and more agitated. They just keep knocking louder and louder because I won't let them in. Let's see here. That's all the Cultcast we have for you guys this week. But if you want to come reach out to us and say hi, we're all on Twitter. I'm at Airfun, ERFON. Leonard's at LK Lewis, at Lewis Walls. This has been the Cultcast, the best 30+ minute Apple conversation you're going to hear all week long. New episodes of the Cultcast come out every Thursday night. I want to thank everyone for listening. And we'll see you guys knocking.
Wow, full on giggle fest.
They're just knocking. They won't stop, dude. We'll see you guys.
Can you hear it, Liz? I can't even hear it.
You guys can't hear the knocking. Oh, they won't
No.
stop. They're pounding on the
They
door.
relentless.
We'll see you guys next time.
Shout F-O.
The knocking. The knocking. Yes, who is it? they won't give up, man. Until I let them in the door, they are just knocking. Yes.
Stop
I
the
see
hammering.
you. What? What?
Let him in. You didn't bring him in? Bring him in. Put him on the show.
We got chickens, and I guess one of the chickens had come to the top of the stairs and was waiting for me. Like, this chicken has a crush on me. It follows me all around the yard, and it was waiting for me outside the door. So my daughters were out there trying to tell me that the chicken was out there waiting for me.
God, I thought
The
you
chicken has a crush on you, or
The
you
chicken
have
has a crush on me, dude. This chicken follows me around everywhere.
just sucking up. It doesn't want to become Sunday dinner.
It
Yeah, right.
it ran up the stairs to come get me, and then it flapped its way onto the platform outside my door. Scared the heck out of me too. All of a sudden, I was
What's its
standing there, and there
name?
was like this chicken flapping all around.
Does it have a name? What's the name of the chicken?
I'm not sure what the chicken's name is. We're still live, by the way. I'm just gonna go back so people can hear the chicken story. Yeah, so we got chickens, right? We got 5 chickens walking around my yard, and this one chicken, it was creeping me out yesterday. Like, it just kept following me around the yard, and I don't know anything about chickens. This is the first time in my life I've ever interacted with a chicken. I don't know what they're like. I don't know what their temperament's like. I didn't even know that they liked people. All the other chickens will kind of scurry if you try to like get close to them. And this chicken kept following me around. So I was like, I wonder if it wants me to like pick it up, right? So I go to pick it up, and instead of running, it just laid right there. It just waited for me to pick it up. And then I picked it up, and I just started petting it. I was petting the chicken, and it was like like making these like soothing chicken noises. And I was like, I think this chicken really likes petting, getting pet. And I look at its face, and it's going like this. Like opening and closing its eyes like a cat or a dog does when they're really enjoying a good pet. Except instead of purring or just being silent like my dog is, it was making those weird chicken noises. So it was closing its eyes as I was petting it, and it was going.
What?
You got to make a video of this because this,
Yeah,
this
yeah, I
I
wanna see
definitely
that.
got to see.
I want to see that chicken. I had a friend who had a parakeet that used to like to be petted. I never seen anything
Really?
like it. I didn't realize that birds like to be petted. Yeah, and it was just like a cat. It would like to be petted like around its chin and its neck, and it would like lift its neck up, and she would be petting it. It was kind of weird because it's all feathery, you know, and it's not exactly. So it's kind of soft, but then there's also like spines, you know, where the hard part of the feather you can
Bird?
feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want me? Do you guys want me to go get a chicken? I'll go get it right now.
Wow. Yeah.
What?
You want to see the
Yeah.
chicken?
Go get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go see the chicken.
You guys got to vamp for a second, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab this chicken. I forget what her name is. I know my chicken's name. I named her Phyllis because that's my
Well,
friend.
everyone got a chicken.
Yeah, well, so we all have a chicken. So we all get our own chicken now. And I asked my
Yeah.
friend what his mom's name was. He's like, my mom's name is Phyllis. Why? So I named my chicken Phyllis in her honor. Yeah. What? Why?
Do you have a crush on his mom? Do you have a crush on your friend's mom?
I mean, she is cute. And she makes great cornbread.
Not as cute as the chicken, though.
Not as cute as Judy E. Heath, that's for sure. Okay, hold on. I'm going to grab the chicken. I'll be right back.
That's gonna be something.
This is a cult of Mac first here. Hold on, wait, here we go.
Do your neighbors still have chickens, Lewis? Didn't your people across the street have chickens?
I think they killed them all.
Oh,
By the way, how long do you think Irfan's been having these hallucinations?
yeah, well, we'll see.
Uh,
It'll be funny if he comes in and there is no chicken.
yeah, I know. He's just sitting there like this. He really likes me. He really, really likes me.
I thought it was a chicken that was knocking on the door, not the kids.
I know. It's like, what the? Yeah, that's nutty.
Don't they poop everywhere?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what most creatures do: eat and poop.
Well, you know, birds. I had an old girlfriend who had a pet duck, and it had to have a diaper on.
What?
It wore a diaper. It was in the house.
In
it was
the
like,
house?
it was a house duck. Yeah, such a weird pet. Like
Yeah.
completely not, you know, like nothing petty about it at all. Didn't like to be petted. It would, you know, it didn't do fun things. It didn't cuddle up. I mean, like it was like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Except you
I
just clean up duck poo everywhere.
think most birds don't have that much, human kindness in them. There's not a
Well,
lot of personality usually.
Well, the
but
parakeet. Now, the parakeet is, you know,
I mean,
because budgets they talk, don't they? So you can teach, and then they'll shout out stuff, and they're often pretty amusing. And like I said, this one liked to be petted. I've never seen anything like it.
yeah, I've heard stories. My mom, when she was a little girl, had a bird like that was was very much a pet and like to interact with you. But I don't think I've ever seen it. Although sometimes I stand out in my backyard and talk to the crows because they're so freaking loud and
Well,
creepy.
you can. Someone was on Nextdoor was talking about how they trained some local crows, gave them food, and then the crows started bringing them all these.
Yeah, they swap. They bring you trinkets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they ended up with something weird. What do they? I can't remember it now. But the bird
Severed
ended up bringing
finger.
something weird. Oh no, I'm sorry. They were talking about how the birds were being really protective of this person. They became like if anyone else kind of came close to them, they would start squawking and flying
Watch
down
crow.
and attacking the other person. I think it was his wife or something.
Wow.
So actually, maybe I can get some birds to do that for me.
What did they
Keep Tracy
give
at
them to
bay.
eat? Bird or something? I mean, bread or what? What do they give the birds to eat?
The crows?
Yeah. What
I
would they
don't know.
trade them?
Worms?
Worms.
Gummy worms? I don't know. I don't know what do birds eat. Like bugs.
I think crows are. I think they eat critters.
Yeah, well they eat carrion, don't they? Aren't they?
I think so. Yeah, you fall
kill?
asleep and you're not giving them the right things. They might just peck out your eyes.
Yeah. I don't have anything peck my eyes out. This isn't taking a rather long.
This is. You know what? Check the calendar.
Oh, really?
I
Has he pulled
think
this
we've
one on
been
us?
had.
He's gonna come back with with a frozen chicken, right?
It's actually real.
I
I
can't see anything.
I was convinced it was an April Fool's Day prank.
Can you see him? How can you see him?
Huh? You can't see him?
Oh no, hold on, I'm not in the right window.
We had 50 people stay here just to wait
I
for me to
thought
come back with a chicken.
I thought for sure it was an April Fool's Day prank.
Yeah, you're gonna come
Like,
back with a frozen chicken.
Just before you opened the door, we like, oh man, he got us. He got us. But it's even better than that. You actually brought in a chicken.
I got her right here. This is actually not the chicken, though. The chicken I was talking about, I don't know where she is. She's in my yard somewhere. But this is one of the other
She
chickens.
escaped, like Chicken Run.
She's gonna be jealous.
This is one of the feisty chickens. This is the one that usually tries to peck at you. She might peck me at any moment. They got these weird orange
Doesn't look very
eyes.
happy.
Huh? No, I'm holding her pretty tight so she doesn't try to get away. You guys want to close up
Is
the
that a
chicken? Actually, hold on.
Rhode
hold on.
Island Red.
I don't know what kind it is. Hold on. You can hear her barking.
Hey there, chicken.
Well, why don't you
Wish
try
the chicken
tickle?
could hear me.
Give her a tickle, pet her, see if she likes being petted. Pretty funny. Chicken cast. Make him bring
found
her
her?
on.
Okay, hold on. Look, she's trying to get away. I found the other chicken. Hold on.
Number 2. Well, no, I did not expect the cult cast to take this twist. I'm truly astonished.
They must be getting eggs, right?
Well, I'm guessing.
And then do you think-
Delicious farm fresh eggs.
so your neighbors killed all their chickens, or they?
Well, I can't say for sure that they killed them all, but I
They
do
kicked
believe
the-
that they no longer have any. And I haven't seen them out there, slaughtering them in the streets in years.
Is that what they used to do? Pull their heads up in the street?
Yeah, that was quite odd. One day it's like, oh, look, we're beheading chickens right here in the street in Bernal Heights. Oh, that's interesting.
What?
Right on the bus
many?
line.
How many did they slaughter?
I don't know, but just there's blood all over the place. It's just,
What?
like, yeah, it was. Well, that's what happens when you cut a chicken's head off.
Oh my
Blood
God.
everywhere. Yeah, it was
Oh.
shocking. A little bit shocking.
Is this?
The friendly chicken.
Look at this beautiful, lovely lady.
That's a nice looking chicken. Well, she likes to be pet, doesn't she?
Listen,
Do you have a rooster, or are they
No.
all?
They're all hens. Sorry,
This is
I'm out of
the
breath.
one-
I had to climb up my yard. So The reason we couldn't find her is because she was stuck. She was trying to come up and visit me, and there's a bunch of ferns right outside my platform, and she got dropped into the middle of the ferns, and she couldn't get out. So my daughter was like, I can see her beak. Uh-oh, she's starting to lose it. Oh no!
Oh my God.
Oh, take it out.
God.
Oh my God, what the hell?
There goes the Mac.
You want to
Oh
see
my
something?
God.
That's hilarious. Is that the friendly one then? The one you rescued from the ferns?
Yeah, this is the one that I pet.
She's the one that follows you around everywhere?
She follows
She
me
doesn't
around.
look that happy.
Well, we got a little excited here. This is the one that follows me around the yard, and I'll go do something, and I'll turn around, and she's like right there, you know.
Was she imprinted on you? Were you the first thing she saw when she hatched?
No,
Bit of imprinting?
we got these chickens when they were hens already, so we got them maybe a week and a half ago, and they're all 2 years old, 3 years old, so they had never seen me before.
Huh.
She just don't peck me.
Yeah, here you go.
She's looking right at me, dude.
Wow. And this is the one that you don't know the name?
I think her name might be Lucille or something. I'm not sure. There you go.
So
Here,
whose chicken is she?
Who wants to hold your hand?
One of your kids?
Hold on, wait. Don't peck me. Hold on.
Hey, Birdie. This is a nice looking animal.
Chicken cam. Wow.
Look at that. What do they call those things? The
Waddles?
is it the one on the crown? What's
Waddles.
it called? Waddle.
Aren't they in the... maybe it's not. Maybe the waddle's the part that hangs down.
I think she's starting to get sleepy.
Calm.
She loves getting pet, dude. She just goes. You want to say something to the boys before we go?
She needs her own,
I'm sitting there listening.
she needs her own little AirPods.
I was just waiting for her to say something. This podcast sucks.
This podcast sucks.
So are you getting eggs from them then?
Dude, yeah, we get probably 6 eggs a day from them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you know a lot of omelets?
Yeah, we eat lots of fresh eggs now. It's great.
Wow.
This is actually a small
lay-
one. So all the hens that we have, this is the smallest one. But she's also the nicest. Isn't it
Yeah.
right? Look at her. She's starting to fall asleep.
She is. How funny. Huh.
She loves being pet. Oh.
Is she allowed in the house? Are they allowed in the house?
No,
You don't
dude.
need cats and dogs?
Oh, yeah. My dog tries to murder these chickens every day. Hi. You want to see something before we go? Oh, there she goes. She's starting to close her eye. Hi. Are you tired?
Huh. That's pretty
All right.
funny.
Well, this
Colton.
So where'd you get them from? Did you get them from where? Some farm or something?
this episode took a turn for the strange.
Where'd you get the chickens? From a chicken broker?
The chicken, yeah, underground black market chicken broker. He's like, hey man,
You want some chickens?
he opens up his jacket. There's like all these chickens in there. We got them from this couple that had moved into a house. The previous owners were moving to Arizona, and they wanted to have the new owners keep their chickens. And so this couple, they're like in their late 20s. They know nothing about chickens. They just said yes because they wanted to buy the house and they didn't want the deal to fall through. So they're like, yeah, we'll take your chickens. And then as soon as the deal closed, they started looking for new owners for the chickens. Look at her.
So they give them to you or did you pay for them?
No, they just gave us these chickens for free.
Nice.
And like a really nice hen house too. Hold on. I think she's starting
cool.
to fall asleep.
Jeez, I think I am.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
The chicken whisperer.
It's a chicken. at his face.
Didn't realize you were a farmer.
I just never thought I'd be in a place in my life where I was petting a chicken while it fell asleep. I know nothing about chickens, and then when they start making their happy chicken noises, she's just like, oh, dude, she's full on in nap mode. Look at her.
Wow. It's like an ASMR for chickens.
Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, she's like full
Well,
on
on that
sleep
note,
mode.
I'm going to go eat some chicken.
All right, guys. We're
So
going.
I'm
We're
starving.
going.
I got some in the fridge.
We're going to.
Don't tell,
Someone suggested that we start selling fresh eggs at the Golden Max. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. I'm going to go
You're going to get a rooster now.
put my chicken away.
Foghorn, leghorn.
There you go. I heard they get pretty surly, though. Start waking everyone up at 4 a.m.
Right. Yeah.
Trying to
yeah.
boss everyone around. I just want to say that almost our entire audience has stayed through to watch us pet this chicken.
It is the
In
most,
fact, this
most
might be the
compelling
most
content of the
interesting
entire
thing we did.
podcast.
All right. Well, thanks for everyone who stayed around to watch me pet my chicken. We're going to wrap it up there. We'll catch you guys next time. You want to say anything? The other one had more to say.
You gotta bring them all in.
Maybe next episode. Got to give him
Yeah,
something to come back for. All right, guys. We're stopping the stream. Catch you guys next week.
All right. See ya. Bye.